Hey, MooringLine, Adrian here. Welcome to 2019. We're on planet Earth, which some might even call the capital of the Virgo supercluster. We're going to be looking into a very specific window today, the final year of the 2010s. Because you see, we're stuck in a very weird point in time. We're 3 years into Donald Trump's presidency here in the US. School shootings happen more than 100 times a year, yet students aren't allowed to carry guns at school to protect themselves. What kind of sense does that make? If you get
sexually assaulted
by your brother's uncle and you live in Alabama, you're kinda screwed. No pun intended. I guess you're gonna be raising that little bubba boy. But those are only some minor complaints, okay? I'm really here to showcase what it was like at the end of this decade. A time capsule of sorts. Let's start with innovations. Movie stores died back in the early 2000s. Right now, turbo normies rent movies physically by ordering them off these little mechanical boxes called Redbox. However, many of us Kino cowboys take advantage of the technology age and torrent whatever movies we want. Who knows how long it'll last, and only now in this age have we been able to watch nearly any film on Earth, anytime, almost immediately. Fast food has replaced the fine dining experience, as true food connoisseurs these days are only interested in what obscure and or nostalgic items big companies like Taco Bell and McDonald's are putting out. They are called foodies, and they make or break the industry. Don't know what to eat for lunch? No problem. Just log on to our World Video Database and find your favorite foodie because they've already decided what you should eat.
Hello everyone, this is Energy Crisis, the energy drink report. Rating for the original Red Bull one, I'm going to be giving a 5 out of 10.
Whoa. What are you doing?
What?
What is that right there? Is that a Red Bull slush from Sonic?
Yeah?
Well, don't you know that Review Bra only gave that a 5 out of 10?
No.
The same goes for music. Don't know what to listen to? No worries. Anthony Fantano has already decided for you. Every day, millions of people pour over his videos to see what's good and what's bad. Many don't have enough time to listen to music anyway, so instead of listening to the full record, they can just watch a 10-minute review so they know what to say when someone brings it up at the water cooler at work or on an internet message board online. We've truly simplified everything. It's terrific. We're living in the golden age of cereals right now. They've taken your favorite snacks and treats and freeze-dried them into a convenient box so you can start your day with vanilla pudding, Oreos, Sour Patch Kids, you name it. As for video games, Nintendo has come full circle. They went from cartridge to disc and now back to cartridge again. We haven't gone fully digital yet. How else would Grandma pick up a Fortnite expansion pack for little Timmy this Christmas if we went all digital? Interior design has never been this cool. It's so sleek and stylish, you forget what it was even like to sit on a booth with cheap, squishy 90s padding. All those garish pinks and purples and soft yellows and greens have been replaced by tan, gray, and black. Truly an eye-popping experience. It's like I'm actually eating in El Paso. Television has never been more cinematic. The Game of Thrones finale was watched by more than 20 million people last month. Numbers don't lie. In 2019, we collectively boycott any show or movie that has less than a 60% on Rotten Tomatoes. So high views like that is how you know content is good. Filmmakers aren't allowed to make movies over 3 hours anymore. If they're over the time limit, the films are cut up into episodes and released onto Netflix. Only the Titans 3 hold the 3-hour pass. Disney, Paramount, and Warner Bros. Fox is still there for people that don't have streaming services. They've kept shows like Family Guy and The Simpsons afloat for decades, just to help entertain those who are technologically disabled. Matt Groening and Seth MacFarlane are true heroes in this time. Fox was also bought by Disney this year, one of the biggest media buyouts of all time. And you know, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't praise Seth MacFarlane to your faces like this. He's the reason we're on the timeline we're on. He's the reason for this vapid, greasy, minimalistic future. You see, our original timeline was split into two on September 11th, 2001. Something happened that day that shouldn't, and it was so monumental, it split our timeline in two, okay? In the original timeline, the plane was never hijacked successfully. The towers weren't destroyed, and the Iraq War never happened. Instead of moving into a minimalist era, we doubled down on early 2000s maximalism, and it led to a beautiful, peaceful, cyberpunk future. Family Guy doesn't exist there. At least nothing past season 3. You see, Seth MacFarlane was supposed to get on Flight 11, but he didn't. Something caused him to miss it, but not in the original timeline. He boarded the flight, and everything went on as normal. No one knows how or why it split, but he seems to be the X factor. In both timelines, Family Guy was canceled after 9/11, but only in our timeline was it picked back up again. Family Guy's greasy 2000s aesthetic is what helped lead us to the point we are at now. We doubled down on minimalism. Only in a cursed, Trumpy, false timeline would Family Guy be in its 17th season. Look, if there's anyone out there that doesn't operate on a linear timeline, please feel free to intervene. And as always, thanks for watching.